Hey guys, welcome back to Small Talk, small conversations with huge impact. Now exclusively on Spotify, powered by Spotify for podcasters. My name is Alec Cuenca, and I am just really grateful for you guys being here on maybe on a weekday or a weekend. Doesn't matter as long as you are investing in yourself when it comes to growth and improvement. And I'm just so happy to see you guys here. If this is your first time listening to the show, then check out the other amazing episodes that we have. If you like this one, please, I truly appreciate it. If you are an avid listener of the podcast, and welcome to the show. I'm just super duper happy to see you guys here. Um, I'm just on a roll when it comes to creating content. I've been massively uploading everywhere. Again, if you're not aware, no, I'm on Threads. It's a new app. It's like Twitter. I post all of my ideas. I post all of my notes there. So make sure that you follow me there. And I asked the question for people to ask a question so that I could answer them here and have a conversation around it. And so that's what we're going to do in this episode, because today, I want to give a huge shout out to Paul.Antiporta. Paul, thank you so much for all of your support. And he asked, we know that change is inevitable. So my question is, what are the bad habits? And sama na rin natin yung mga bad beliefs that you've changed already, like mga 5-10 years ago. And how did you overcome sa changing phase na yun? Okay. In the recent episodes, I talked about change being a constant in this world, and I am not an exception to it. I find change as something that I have seen over and over in my life. In fact, if you're going to ask me 5 years ago, what habits do I change? A lot. Okay. 5 years ago was the time and the age I got into personal development. So it was the start of my personal revolution. It's the start of my personal mastery. Okay. And I can say that the biggest change that I accepted is basically grounded on the people that I hang out with. Because before, I think 5 years ago, I wanted to explore success, winning in life alone. Because I felt like, people won't understand it, people won't support me because that's the judgment that they're having, and I could see that, I could feel that, and so I just went on and did everything by myself. Okay, so that's the first one. I stopped hanging out with people that are not really fit with my values. I could say that my habit really changed of just saying yes to everything, especially to people who are not aligned with what I want to achieve in life. I couldn't say no before. I was a people pleaser, and that's something that I changed. I was okay with doing everything on my own, going into this path of change, even though no one supported me and I was alone for most of the time. Okay. And then a few years ago, I also change that way, okay? Because I felt like, this is kind of lonely thing, and I realized that you don't need to be lonely to be successful. You're only lonely because you're not a leader. And so I opened myself to connecting with a lot of people who are also aligned with the same values and vision. And so now I have a team that's working with me, and a community that's really behind the vision that I'm creating. And so it's a continuous change of what is working at this point in my life. Okay, so that's on the broader perspective, but I want to share something on a very specific instance. Now, one of the biggest habit that I killed before was vices. I used to smoke. I used to drink before a lot. Okay, I think I would go out twice a week. No, there was even a span when I went out and spent 21 days being drunk. Okay. Not proud of it, but I'm not ashamed of it as well. And basically, what happened there is I threw my life away. I was hung up with things that I thought could help me cope, but they were just vices that are not really helping me where to get to help me get to where I need to be. So that's something that I stopped. Okay, the habit of unhealthy coping mechanisms with my vices. That's something that I stopped. And for me, how I changed that is by using this trick that I have used in all of my changes, where I chose to, consciously, deliberately change this aspect of my life. Let's say, I want to work out. Let's say I want to stop this, or I want to add this, I want to do this. This is the tool that helped me change everything for myself. Okay. Now, what I'm going to share with you is really simple, but pure disclaimer, it's not easy. All right. It's not easy, but it's really simple. You need to have the grit and the desire to really want to do this if you want to change it. But it's really simple. You can do it now, you can do it tomorrow. It totally depends on you. And the level of the effectiveness of this tool will totally depend on your level of commitment. How committed are you in using this tool every moment of your life? Okay? Now, this tool that I used is what I call the identity shift. This tool that I use is what I call, it's what I read and I used it. I think I read it in Atomic Habits, okay, because I kept on changing the processes. I tried a lot of different methods of changing it. I wanted to stop smoking for a very long time, but I couldn't stop it. I was always falling back to my routine, to my patterns, to my behavior, and I was just so lost and so confused. I didn't know what to do until I tried this one out. Okay, what really worked for me, and so what basically is an identity shift is basically rewriting your script. Like, it's fooling yourself. Okay, again, committedly fooling yourself into being this person that you are not yet seeing, or your brain has not yet seen the actual results. So what I did when I decided that I would quit smoking is I just woke up one day and said, okay, I'm gonna do this identity shift and I'm gonna change it today. It starts right now. And what I did is I told myself and I told the people around me that I'm not a smoker anymore. A lot of people would say, "Hey, let's go. It's break time. Let's smoke." Okay, I would tell them that, "Hey, I'm not a smoker." And of course, they would think, "What? You're crazy. We just smoked yesterday. We just smoked earlier, right?" Yeah, yeah, that was yesterday. That's not me anymore. Today, I'm not a smoker. And notice that I didn't say I'm trying to quit, because if you're trying to quit, you reinstate the fact that you are a smoker and your identity is still the same. Okay, there's a whole science behind this. Just research it. But I'm giving you the quick, answer to this. You gotta say to yourself that I'm not a smoker anymore, and they would laugh about it. And they would tease me like, "What the fuck are you saying? Come smoke. Here's a cigarette. I'll pay for your cigarette." They would even treat me with a cigarette, and I just told them that no, I don't smoke anymore, with a straight face. I'm not even laughing. I'm not even joking. I'm serious. I'm dead ass serious. I don't smoke anymore. I don't like smoking. So that was my personality. Yeah, I'm gonna work out tomorrow. I'm gonna start working out tomorrow. I'm planning it. I'm planning my workouts today because I'm a healthy person. I'm a person that takes care of my health. I don't smoke. Dead ass. I would look them in the eye and people would call me crazy, but it was effective. I changed who I am or who I was before. Like, no more methods and all of that. Like, straight up to the point. I'm not that. I'm a totally different person from who you know I am. Now, what's the downfall of this? Of course, people would feel detached to you. They know a version of you that exists in their heads. maybe not even the best ones that they want for you, but they're gonna cling on to that. And if you say, look, I don't smoke, and if this is gonna affect our relationship, then I'm gonna accept it. If this is not healthy with our relationship, then I'm gonna accept it. And you gotta bear that consequences. Again, how committed are you in doing this? Because if you're really committed to change, you would be committed to say to yourself and saying that, hey, this is not you anymore. Okay? This is not you anymore. And so learning how to be committed and say that this is the new version of yourself will allow you to create that new life of the one that you want. Okay, and I stopped smoking from that point on, and I never went back. Okay, when I started to create podcasts, what I told myself, I'm a podcaster. I'm not trying to create a podcast. No, I am a podcaster. And what does a podcaster does? He creates podcasts. And so that's what I'll do. Again, let's make it simple. But this and that, all the excuses and justification, blame, it's all gonna come up, but it's something that you need to block because hey, I'm committed. This is who I am. I'm a podcaster. This is what I do. So if you're not aligned to that, goodbye. And so you got to be willing to let that version of yourself go. One of my favorite quotes that I tell myself recently is, if I want a new chapter in my life, then I need to let go of the old one. If you want a new chapter of your life, you need to let go of the old one. Because if you let go of it, that's the only time that you can have space for the new blessings to come into your life. So ask yourself, are you willing to make that trade? To lose and to let the old version of you die so that the new version of you would be born and created. So that's it for this episode. I hope that this one is a very, very important tool for you. Please apply it. If you do, go ahead and share this on the Threads app or the Instagram app. Don't forget to tag me at Alec Cuenca. I love seeing your messages, by the way, for those people who are sending me threads. Thank you so much. I answer to each and every single one of you, especially if you're listening to the podcast. So thank you so much. All my courses, all my ebooks are available down below, as well as special opportunities. So check that out if you want. So that's all for this episode. Thank you so much for listening. My name is Alec Cuenca. Talk to you guys in the next episode. Peace.